Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kate at My Wayfaring Dreams. Decided to step out of the house, out of my nice cold air conditioning, into the 97-degree heat. I think we have a heat index of 107 and 52% humidity. Except for the little extra humidity, it's just like being back out west, being home. I actually came out to just take a peek at the garden, make sure nothing's burning up. I gave everything a good drink last night. I'll probably give them another drink, big long couple hours of drinking this evening. Woohoo! Yeah. Paul still hasn't cut the tree down yet. But look how beautiful, vivid purple those hydrangeas are. Look how dark they're getting. Yeah, and I do not have this on the vivid. This is just the color they are. So pretty for a smush bush. Some of these pink ones have turned a lighter shade of violet. But anywho, everything looks fine. All 5 tomato plants have little purple cherry tomatoes. They just haven't turned purple yet. So just waiting to see where it goes there. I don't know why every now and something wants to bite this plant, bite that tomato plant. Anyhow, so I was actually going to check the yard, see if I see any dead birds or bird carcasses. There was some mysterious infection, they don't know what it is. I see live birds that they found it at, I think, a case in Virginia, a bunch in Pennsylvania, finding it in Maryland, and it's killing all the songbirds. Oh, looky there. I'm so proud of the little maple. I'm sorry it lived in a bucket for like 4 years. And the dogwood I rescued from a root. Yeah, it's alive. Hi, Miss Luna. Hi, Luna. So anyway, it is killing the songbirds, so they don't want you to feed or water. I haven't seen any blue jays. We had one earlier in the season. Haven't really seen any cardinals, but you know, they don't like hop right out here in the bright sun. We have a lot of robins. I have a lot of finch. I have seen nothing dead. I have a lot of finches, house finches, red-throated finches. I have lots of bunnies that like to come out in the late evening. They like to live back in all this. There's like old fallen trees under there. I've made a nice little habitat for them. Yeah, the mint is just buzzing with freeloaders. Nom, look at all that. Some sort of little bee fly things anyway. So I thought I would take a moment well, I actually had to get up and pee, so that would give me a good excuse to come out and see if I see any sick or dead birds. The birds, they say they kind of hop around in a circle, like their equilibrium's off, like they're dizzy. They have crusty stuff around their eyes, like they can't see. And that's really all. They have no idea what it is, something mysterious. I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't something we gave them. Or maybe, you know, I haven't heard of it in Delaware, but they put the warning out to Delaware also. But frankly, what feed was still left in my feeders, and bird bath keeps drying out anyway, you know, I think it's pointless to take it out now. I haven't seen any dead birds, so maybe it's something in the groundwater, something on the other side of the bay, I don't know. But so I just thought I'd come and check. It's beautiful out here, even though it's hotter than hell. Yes, I said hell. I will not. I'll try not to say filthy, nasty words, but I won't. Oh my gosh, these guys ate through a whole bag of peanuts. Piggies. That's really just the big birds and the squirrels. You know, the big, some ravens and some blackbirds. Let me check on my little experimental tomato planters. One of them was the first one to have a cherry tomato. It still only has one, and it's nowhere near turning purple yet. And this one's thinking it's time. So anyhow, I still have a cacophony of birds constantly. If I come out here and they really like just go to town. See, well, I don't really call them songbirds. I call them bitchin' birds because they're always like bitching and fussing about stuff. Yes, I grew up out in Oklahoma. I say the word fussin'. Yep, F-U-S-S-I-N. And I say gotta, G-O-T-T-A. And fixin', F-Y-X-E-N. Just, you know, old habits die hard. Yeah, I went to school for English, you would never know, would you? So anywho, I'm really gonna take a look at this corn. Oh, what's the mail? A book. Yeah, I'll order that. Something from the Choctaw Nation for me. Something from my insurance. So, anyway, I've got all these cars watching me. Making me feel guilty for walking over looking at the corn, but wow, this stuff is like so tall. So, standing on the side of the road, it's about 1.5 feet lower than me and about 3 feet taller than me. The ears look nice this year, but they're still skinny, and it's only seed corn. It's not good for eating, so I've been told. In the 10 years I've lived here, I've never cut one, never taken one. I mean, they're not mine, and I'm not going to go through the work and maybe get a bug on me and cook it and then not be able to eat it. So, you know, why would I do that? What's that little dogwood? I'm going to cut off that dead branch there. Yeah, it's like a bad year for trees for me this year. But anyhow, I just watched someone I follow who has a little hobby farm on YouTube, and they told him that he's been kind of blue and wondering why he just doesn't hop out of bed with this lust and love for life anymore. And they told him he had male menopause. He didn't even know it existed, but yeah. So I thought it was kind of great that he came out and, you know, found it easier to talk to strangers about it than you would your family. And, you know, they're in Texas, and I'm in Oklahoma, and, you know, we kind of just didn't grow up with those. Look at these. They're from the damn oak tree. This tree every year would kick off these little, pretty sure it's an oak. Well, you can't tell now, the leaves are coming off, but it, these little things. And it also makes these green pods that turn black. Here they are. I'll have to look at the, and they like run havoc on the mower. So, some survivors. But usually, you know, they're soft and they get, these little things here get hacked up in the mower. I need to move this to a shadier spot. This yellow portulaca. Yeah, none of the gardens getting no shade now. This is going to be so hard to, going to have to really just change up some things that are planted for next year, but most of the perennials will be just fine. Oh, those zinnias sure are pretty. Oh, anyhow, we just grew up in a generation where our parents were going through something like that. They didn't talk about it. You know, we were teenagers in the early mid 80s, so you just didn't talk about that kind of stuff. You know, you didn't talk about date rape. You know, back then you didn't talk about eating disorders or depression or anything like that. You know, it was that false sense of everything's just perfect hunky-dory, mid 80s, Reagan era, you know. Not that I have a problem with the man, it's just kind of that era. People were, I don't know, complacent. I always call it the decade of decadence and indulgence, but, Biscuit, she's gonna need some water. So I'm gonna fill the watering can, and, well, I think I might still have some in it, and sweat that over here to her. But anywho, I'm hoping for a cool evening so I can cut the stalks of this yucca down. I'm hoping this next weekend coming up, Paul gets out here and cuts up this dead tree. I'm sick of looking at it. This weekend he was on call, 8 minutes call, duty all weekend, which he didn't get a lot of calls, and in the daytime he could be cutting it up. But his property, his yard, his chainsaw, which he doesn't want me to touch, so I'll leave it to him to get out here and cut it up. But anywho, it was just nice to see someone else my age finding it cathartic to talk to strangers, to people you just don't really know. I mean, you share some interests and some likes, and you know, but I'm sure it has a lot to do with that. You know, you don't have to see the judgment in their eyes or on their face. And like, if you're like me, they say something hateful to you online, you can pretty much just give them the proverbial online, you know, set and spin, and they leave you alone. But I can't find my watering can, so I know I set it out here early this morning, but I don't know what I did with it. So anyway, I'm in a good place. I'm in a good mood. So it's like standing there looking at the tree. Sit here, look at a wind chime instead. And just wanted to say hey. It's almost midweek, hot July summer. Thinking about what I'm going to put in my fall garden. I'll probably start digging it up in the next couple weeks if I can get up morning or evening, and some things will go in the 1st of August, and some stuff I'll wait till September, because we have a long growing season here because we're mid-Atlantic, so we're very mild. But anywho, yeah, that was my productivity. That's how far I got, and that was like 2 days ago. Anywho, you guys have a great afternoon. Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful blue sky. And I hope all your birdies are okay. I'm glad mine are okay. And I'll be talking to you again soon. Hit the like button and subscribe, and be well. Bye.